Hi, welcome back to Outdoor Gear and Skills. Tonight I just want to talk a little bit about sewing when something like your backpack tears, what you've got to do. I'm going to Houston again in a few days. I'm just doing a quick overnight, so I'm not going to be checking any baggage. I'm not going to carry the backpack I normally do and then take a duffel bag like I've done the last few times with all my overnight stuff. When I've been there for a few days, this is going to be just an in and out. And so I'm taking a different bag where I'm just throwing my journal, my iPad, maybe a book that I might read, and just some clothes, toothbrush, and deodorant to just get in and out. And so I want to take a little bit bigger backpack. I was going to take this on my last trip, but the problem was this ripped right here, so it had a gap about this wide, and the strap was connected on the bottom but not up top. So when I was in Italy, wow, this was over 30 years ago, I had a Jansport backpack that I'd used in high school, and I was using that while I lived there, and it ripped as well. And I had the idea to sew it up with dental floss. And I don't even know how I came up with that idea, but this stuff is so strong. If you tried to tear it or separate it, you're almost going to cut your fingers off with this. So this stuff's really strong. And so I did it then, and it held, and I ended up, I just trashed that backpack after being in Italy a couple years, using it every day. And so I haven't done it for quite a while, had to go sew something up. Most of the bags and things I have, hold up really well. I don't know what it was that caused this bag, and actually I don't even know what brand it is, honestly. I don't see any markings on it. But I wanted to get it sewn up for my flight. So I originally used a curved needle, kind of looks like a fish hook, and I have bent the living crap out of this using it, trying to push it through here. A lot of times they might, use those for surgery, it makes it really easy to curve through, kind of thing. So I used this the first time going across here, and like I said, I just keep bending the crap out of it. Now this looks ugly as sin, and I don't really care because it's super strong and it's not going to pull out. I wanted to reinforce a little bit where the shoulder strap was attached and not just closing that gap. I wanted to make sure that the strap wasn't going to pull out. So I came back through and I just used a regular needle. Wanted to make sure it was kind of smaller so it wasn't long and going to bend on me like that did. I did not have any problems with this needle, but I did not have a thimble. So I was using my Leatherman PST that I have had since December 1995, and pushing the needle in there and just slowly working the needle down and just moving up the needle and pushing it in, and then flipping through and pulling it out the other side. It was a little bit cumbersome. Probably took me 12 to 15 minutes to do the whole thing. And then I just, come up underneath it and loop it several times and pull it tight. I'm expecting that that's going to hold, for as long as I need it. And again, it looks like garbage. I mean, it's Frankenstein, but it's super strong. And that is going to get me, out there where I need. And for me, dental floss, it's super cheap. It's super strong. This has 100 yards in it. I should probably, maybe floss with it, but I use the pick things. I don't even know, the flosser pick things. But I just keep this around for situations like this, and it's super strong. And being, white on the black surface, it's very easy to see, how I'm kind of Frankenstein in it. Maybe, using a sewing machine, I could have got it in there all nice and everything like that. But I'm not really sure how to use my wife's sewing machine in this type of application. And I didn't, want to go damage that, so I just did it by hand. So 12, 15 minutes, I'm back ready to go. ready, you know, to load up for my flight there. So I'd be curious to see if you guys out there, if you use dental floss, if you use anything else, you know, stronger thread, industrial thread, you know, for something like that, or if you just use normal thread and just keep really tight, you know, circles on it really tight as you're looping through. I just really couldn't do that, trying to push through and not being able to see where it's going to come out on the other end. But it is what it is, and it works, and it's functional, and it's super strong. As always, thanks for watching Outdoor Gear and Skills, and we'll see you out there.